Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Nitya Yoga Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Yoga Hari Bol, Nitya Yoga Hari Bol, Hari Bol. जय जय श्री गांधी गिरिधारी चैतन्य महाप्रभु की सर्वज्ञ विनाश लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्त स्वरूप भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय गौ प्रेमानंद. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Welcome you all to the session 14. So today we'll learn about chapter 13, which is the nature, the enjoyer, and consciousness. Here Arjuna asked more about the nature, the enjoyer, and the consciousness. There are many things that Krishna will explain here. So Prabhuji will cover and explain in detail. Thank you. You can start.
Yes, thanks, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna to all once again. Welcome to all. And as I was saying yesterday, from today, we'll be starting the Jnana Yoga. The first 6 chapters were Karma Yoga. And the next 6 chapters were Bhakti Yoga. The last portion of Bhagavad Gita, the 6 chapters, is Jnana Yoga. Jnana is always little complicated. Science subject is little complicated. Many things it is very difficult. Many technical words where you should remember those things or you may not be able to follow. The same thing. So here wise questions will Arjuna will ask about Kshetra, Kshetrajna. Actually, I took many years to understand this because nobody explained me in a simpler way. So what is Kshetra? What is Kshetra? What is Kshetra? And in this way it was. But actually, we need the mercy of Guru and Krishna. Whoever it might be, let it be me, you, whoever it is. Without the mercy of Krishna and Guru, we may not be able to. It takes lifetime also. I took many years, I say, but many still even now also they are not able to understand what it is. See, it is very simple to understand, but sometimes what happens, the knowledge will never enter into our heart. So in that way, we may not be able to understand it. But anyhow, if we have mercy of Krishna and Guru, we'll be able to. So for that, we need humble prayers, requesting the Lord and the spiritual master, please impart this transcendental knowledge within our heart so that we transform ourselves, understand this human life for the purpose of humanity. Okay, so first let us start with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Jayavata Swaminithi Namine. Nama Acharya Padaya Nitikapabadaya Gauragatada Vadaya. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinataram Paramanandam Madhavam Shicharitam. Okay. As usual, we can offer our respects, thanks, obeisances to According to His divine grace of Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila, the founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. That's what we are developing, the consciousness of Krishna. So it is only by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And in yesterday's chapter, what did we see? The last chapter of Bhakti Yoga. And the name of the chapter is also Bhakti Yoga, devotional service. In a very simplified way, Krishna is saying, first thing that Arjuna is asking a question: how should we worship you? Formless or with form? Simple question. And Krishna immediately he answers, it's my form, Arjuna, which is the perfect of. So yes, you can worship other forms also. But the perfect takes many lifetimes. Artificially, we cannot do. But we should have the knowledge. Not that as soon as you get the knowledge, or you implement that, give up everything, whatever the stages or level you are. It's not possible. But you have to come to that platform. You have to grow to that platform. Worshipping Krishna, that becomes the ultimate. That is the pure bhakti. That is the connection between the Paramatma and the soul. So it takes time. So Krishna, it's very clearly answers, it is my form. Krishna's form is the perfect thing. And he says it is difficult to meditate on the formless because as we are embodied, we cannot meditate on formless. So naturally, we saw many things with the chat and other help of chat and everything, that how difficult is meditating impersonally and how easy it is to meditate on the Lord. Yeah. The next topic is Krishna is giving many options how to become his devotee. He's saying who is the purest of pure devotee, who 24/7 always meditates on the Lord, who engages his activities based on the Lord's desire, based to please the Lord. Such kind of a devotee is ultimately, if you're not able to be in that level, you're not in that level. So pure, you're not in such. At least if you're impure, develop by sadhana bhakti, develop by doing chanting, offering prasadam, purify the senses and try to grow or develop the consciousness to pure state. Even that is not possible, then at least you work for me. Engage yourself in my services. There are many temples, there are this kind of services. Somewhere you engage yourself. So that the actions becomes purified. No, even I am not able to do that. And finally he says, okay, you can offer your results. Whatever you're earning or whatever, you can donate to my service. You can give something to me so that your wealth or whatever you are possessing becomes purified. He's giving many levels, and all the levels that you are going to the next, you're progressing in our consciousness. This is how the Krishna is giving you options. Yeah. And the final, this thing we saw, the devotee's disposition. How do devotees treat with other living entities and how they behave with others and with themselves when there is any problems or anything, and with the Lord. So many things we saw, and we saw the story of Shibi Maharaj also. There's to save a pigeon, he sacrificed his life. That is the greatness of a devotee. So we should cultivate this. Now today we come to the portion of knowledge. That is nature. You'll know about the nature, about kshetra, jnanam, jneyam, prakriti, other things. Here, wise questions. He'll ask 6 questions. Then items of knowledge. There are 20 items where Krishna reveals. These are known as knowledge. Other than this, it's all ignorance. Yeah. Then soul and super soul, the difference, and enlightened. A person who is enlightened realized what is vision. Jnana chakshu. With that vision of knowledge, vision of divine vision, what can he see? How can he realize? Many things here Krishna will be revealing in this chapter. So, as I was saying, this jnana, the knowledge itself is very subtle thing. Actually, how to get this knowledge? There is a process. It is not that everyone can get everything. There is a process in which path. For example, you have to go to Chennai from Bangalore to Chennai, or else you have to go to Delhi from Bangalore. You wanted to go, there are many ways, airways or train or bus or whatever. For example, you want to take a train. It should be very clear, this is the train which moves to Delhi. This is the path and this is the track. In this station, if I go, I'll be able to go to Delhi. Not that, train goes to Delhi, so I can claim any train and however I want, I'll be reaching my destination Delhi. No. So the same way, getting knowledge is also, there's a process. And the knowledge comes by spiritual master. We cannot read all the scriptures and acquire the knowledge. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshayati jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Only it comes by the spiritual master. There is no other alternative. So then what should we do? We should serve the spiritual master to please him. By serving the spiritual master, when he gets pleased by our activities, automatically the knowledge is very subtle. Knowledge is not that what I say and you hear and then you understand. No, that is not knowledge. Knowledge comes from the heart of the spiritual master to the heart of a disciple. This is how the knowledge. So it's the prime duty of the disciple to serve the spiritual master. And today, I'll say a small story. Never ever we can experiment this in our life or even imagine to be in such a kind of a disciple. But they were such kind of a disciples who were so great serving their spiritual master in that. This story makes us very insignificant, makes us very humble. And never ever I can take such kind of a stage to serve my spiritual master. Okay, once, this is during the period of Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya, he was a preacher, great preacher, and actually he was the incarnation of Adishes also. So he was going to all the places, he was preaching about the Lord, he was teaching about how to chant the holy names of the Lord, how to become devotees in this way. He used to go to every places. But wherever he goes with all his disciples, hundreds of disciples, and he has to stay in a place. He wants to stay in a place means, what about his prasadam, his lunch, breakfast, dinner? So his disciples has to take care whoever is in that place. So he'll give information that I'm coming to this place. In those days, not that we don't have hotels or something. Even if there is hotels, they cannot take because they have to purify the prasadam, and it should be prasadam offered to Lord, and it should come from parampara, many things. So he can take only in the disciples' house. So wherever he goes, he'll give information to the disciples, and disciples are very eager to receive him. They welcome him and they serve him happily. Once he went to a village. He gave a message to his disciples, 2 new disciples, that I'm going to come. Go and say, there is a rich person. Go and say him that tomorrow I'll be coming to their village and I'll be staying the prasada. So as soon as these 2 disciples, new disciples, they went to that rich person, a devotee or disciple of Ramanujacharya. And as soon as he heard that his spiritual master is coming to his house, he was very happy. He started calling all the servants, come, come, come. So my spiritual master is coming tomorrow. I'm so fortunate soul that to receive him. Yes, do all the arrangements for this, decorate the house, start doing that. There's something he just went on. And these servants who went and told this message, they were waiting. So there was no any reply from him or anything. Here they came back. Then Ramanujacharya asked, yes, what happened? He's very happy. We went and gave the message. So he started his arrangements. He's very happy with that to welcome you. Okay. How did he take care of you? No, master, he was very busy. As soon as we gave this message, he just immersed in that. He was joyfully engaged in the service. So he was not able to take care of us. He did not invite us. This is not a complaint. As soon as hearing this, Ramanujacharya said, he is not qualified to accept. You don't know how to accept my disciples, my servants. See, whenever you go want to serve a master, someone, a big person, you have to accept even the dog of his, isn't it? You cannot just insult his friends and insult his servants and dog, and you cannot say, please accept me. The same way here, Ramanujacharya is saying, if he is not qualified to welcome my servants, my disciples, how will he serve me? So I'm not going to go to that house. Go and say to another disciple who's very poor, not a problem. Let us be there. Is Varadacharya, his name is. You go and say to him. Okay, the same information is given to Varadacharya. He was very happy. He was very poetistic. In a small hut they were staying. So he had a small mat. He put on the mat and invited them, gave a glass of water, and he was very happy. Definitely will serve our spiritual master, they said. And he came back. And Ramanujacharya also was very happy with the welcome that they have given to his servants. He said, tomorrow we'll go to that house. But they have nothing they had to serve in their spiritual master. So Varadacharya and his wife Lakshmi. Lakshmi was so beautiful. She was same like as Lakshmi, goddess of fortune. But they were very, very povertistic. So then the next day, Varadacharya will say, yes, tomorrow I'll go and beg something from somewhere and I'll get this. Oh, he went for the first day, he went, nothing he brought. The next morning itself, he left the house and went. And meanwhile, what happened? Now, Ramanujacharya disciples, everyone came to that village and they were tapping the door of that Varadacharya's house. And Lakshmi Devi, she invited them, made them to sit. But what is there in kitchen? Not even a single grain to serve. She was thinking what to do. Then she remembered that from many days, there is a rich merchant in the village. He was calling her, please satisfy. Whatever you need, I'll give you. Because she was so beautiful, you satisfy me. She was just treating him as a dust. She was not even considering his this thing, whatever he is saying to her. And finally, now she's thinking, yes, even if I offer myself to that rich merchant, it's fine. Let me serve my spiritual master. She goes there. She says to him that I'm ready to fulfill your desire. But now my spiritual master has come. My prime duty is to serve him. Please, can you provide the grocery and whatever is required? He thought that this desire will not be fulfilled for his life. He's so happy to hear this. Why not? He takes all a big bullock cart, makes the grocery, vegetables, fruits, everything. He fills everything and he'll sell. Then Lakshmi, she brings everything, grocery, everything. She starts preparing and she starts serving the disciples at Ramanujacharya with a great feast. And meanwhile, this Varadacharya is coming after, is begging, nothing he got on that day. In empty hands is coming here. He's in what I can say, anxiety. How will I serve my spiritual master? He's coming and seeing here that there's a great feast is being served to spiritual master. Everyone very happily they are eating. He came, he gave a postred obeisances to everyone there and to his spiritual master. And he goes to the kitchen. As soon as he enters, Lakshmi Devi, she starts crying. She falls on the feet of Varadacharya and she says that this is what I have done to serve my spiritual master. He was so happy to hear this. He makes her to come out and he just introduces to his spiritual master. He says that, my dear master, I'm trying to serve you from years, but I'm not able to do that. See the greatness of my wife. Just to serve you, she has offered her body to a rich merchant. Hearing this, Ramanujacharya was so happy. What a great souls are you all. Such a great husband and such a great wife. See, for a wife or for a lady, chastity is the most important thing. She can give her life, but not her chastity. And she was ready to sacrifice that also to serve his spiritual master. He was so happy. And finally she said, now I have to go. I have to serve him. Because I have given a word I cannot miss. And the husband said, yes, why not? Yes, helped us serve our spiritual master. Even I'll help you, I'll come with you. Then Ramanujacharya called her, my dear child, come here. Take this prasad, which he was eating. Take this prasad. First offer this to him. Later part, you ask him to fulfill his desire. Then she goes there. Then, see, it's a big story, but I'm making it short. And finally he accepts her. Then finally she says, my spiritual master has given some Mahaprasadam to you. First, honor this prasadam. Then you can fulfill your desires. Okay. She, as soon as he honors, just morsel of prasadam. This is called Mahaprasadam. You need one class to explain the greatness of this prasadam. Prasadam is what we offer to the Lord. After that, if a pure devotee honors that, and after that, it becomes Mahaprasadam. So that Mahaprasadam, only fortunate souls get this. That rich merchant, as soon as taking one morsel of this prasadam, his whole lusty desires has been vanished from him. At once he falls to the feet of Lakshmi Devi. My dear mother, What kind of a lusty person I was. So many days I just saw only with my lusty visions. Such a great mother. You are so elevated that you are ready to serve your spiritual master in this way. So he says that, and I want to see your spiritual master. Then he is brought to Ramanujacharya. He falls to the feet of Ramanujacharya. He says, such a great offense I have committed to your disciples. Please forgive me. And now this all happened because of my richness. I want to offer all my wealth at your feet. Then Ramanujacharya, he sees Vardacharya. Vardacharya, you have faced so many problems because you don't have wealth. As soon as just by seeing the vision, Vardacharya understands, he says, my dear master, please don't offer me such kind of wealth. I'm very happy with my poverty. I'm very happy to serve you in this way. But that money or wealth makes me puffed up, egoistic, like same as the rich person. I may not be able to serve you also. Hearing this, Ramanujacharya was very happy. He just called him to embrace. He said, my dear master, please don't touch me. Very fallen soul. Then Ramanujacharya embraces him. He says that, not that you are fallen soul. I wanted to purify myself so that I'm embracing you. This was the relationship of a spiritual master and disciple. This is how in those days they served their spiritual master. So definitely it is good to hear for us that we cannot do practically in our life. Actually, in this way, if we start serving, the knowledge automatically starts revealing in our. Okay, let's go further. And today's acronym, WISE, W-I-S-E, WISE. WISE questions, items of knowledge, soul and super soul, and enlightenment. So what are the WISE questions? Here, Arjuna asked the question. Arjuna vacha prakritim purusham chaiva kshetram kshetrajnameva cha yetat vedutam ichchami jnanam jneyam cha keshava. Krishna answers, Sri Bhagavan vacha idam shariram kaunteya kshetram ityabhidhiyate etadyo veditam raho kshetrajna iti tadvidaha. Arjuna said, oh my dear Krishna, I wish to know about Prakriti, that is nature, Purusha, the enjoyer, and the field and the knower of the field, and of knowledge and the object of knowledge. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, this body, O son of Kriti, is called the field, and one who knows this body is called the knower of the field. Clear? It should be very clear. I can just in this chat, you can see the 6 questions and the answers to it. The first thing is Kshetra. What is Kshetra? Field of activity, say, but it is very simplified. It is the body. The field of activity for the soul it is. Yeah. In that way, it is body. And what is Kshetrajna? Here, a little complicated. Who is Kshetrajna? The knower of the body. Who knows the body is the Kshetrajna. That is the soul. But there are 2 Kshetrajnas. One is the soul and the super soul. Who is the knower of this body are 2. One is soul and super soul. Clear? I'll explain that in the next slide. Then Prakriti. What is Prakriti? Complete nature, material nature. It is consisting of 24 elements. This is explained in Bhagavad. So that is known as completely. And we see this in the 7th chapter. Bhumi Rapo Nalovai Kamana Buddhi Revacha Ahankara Ityame Binna Prakriti Rashtadada. 8 elements is known as Prakriti. Clear? But actually there are 24 elements. If you go more, that is the depth of the knowledge. Let us be very simplified. You can think this 8 itself. Then Purusha, the enjoyer. Who is the real enjoyer? Actually, the enjoyer of this body is the soul. But the real enjoyer is Purushottama, it is Krishna. Bhoktaram Ekdatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Sushrutam Sarvabhutanam Yatva Mam Shanti Mruchati. Bhoktaram Ekdatapasam is the only and only enjoyer, as we don't have the qualification or the qualities to enjoy as the root. Only the roots of a tree has the potency to suck the water, not the leaves and branches. Same way as we are part and parcel of the Lord, we are qualified only to serve, not to enjoy. Clear? Yes. Then Jnana. Jnana is what? We all know this. Who am I? So who is Supreme Lord? And what is the relationship between me and the Supreme Lord or the Creator, whatever you say? It is Krishna. After coming to knowledge, you say Krishna. Without that, who is the creator? Who is the Lord in this way? So just knowing this is jnana. For this purpose, you can read any books or anything, but it should be the main subject. If this is not there, then it cannot be jnana. It cannot be knowledge. It becomes ignorance. When you start reading science, mathematics, other things, finally it has to lead you to this position. If it's not leading to that, you can take the mathematics also, the Vedic mathematics makes you to understand who you are. The calculation of the universes, the calculation of sun, moon, the planets, everything, the distance, everything helps you to reach back to Krishna. If you're not able to understand that only reading these material things, it is completely an ignorance. Clear? Then Jnayam, object of knowledge. What is the object of knowledge that we are? Now we can see here the simple thing, the difference between the soul and super soul. Super knower, knower of all bodies. Who is this? It's the Supreme Lord. But the soul, knower of the body. I said Kshetrajna too. One is the Atma and the Paramatma. So what is the small difference? Just by some example so that it will be easier for you to understand. So I am the knower of this body. I hope you all are the knower of your bodies. Clear? Take a small pin or anything, prick to your hand. You feel it, no? You feel the pain. Prick to your leg, prick to your head somewhere. You feel the pain. That means you are the knower of the body. You know completely of your body. But what is the difference between myself and the Supreme Lord who's next to me here in my heart? So when I'm pricking my hand, he also gets pain. The same way, for example, if I'm pricking somebody who's next to me, I'll just prick his hand or leg. Will I get the pain? No, I'll not get the pain, but the Supreme Lord, Super Soul, gets the pain. He is the knower of all the bodies. As what I can say, I'm knower of this whole body. He is same way is the knower of whole universe. In the 11th chapter, we saw the universal form. He is the universe. The body of the Lord is the whole universe. Wherever you prick in this universe, he gets the pain. Whomever you are troubling, even an ant, even a mosquito, even a plant, whatever you do, the pain, it only goes to the super soul. Clear? I think you should be clear by this knowledge. So whatever harm you are doing to anyone, don't think that you are doing to someone else. It is only to Krishna you are harming. You are giving the trouble, you are giving the pain, it's only to Krishna. The real sufferer is only the Krishna. And the same way when you start serving anyone, the real enjoyer is only Krishna. This is a lot of different by doing good things and bad things, That's why the results give you so much of differences in our life. Okay, Supreme Proprietor and Controller. Actually, is the Supreme Proprietor not only of my body, even the whole universe. So what is Ishvara? The meaning of Ishvara, Ishvara is nothing but controller. Ishvara means controller. And who are all Ishvaras? Everyone are Ishvara. Even I am a Ishvara, even you are Ishvara. That means controller. I am the controller of this body. Clear? But who is the Supreme Lord? He is the Supreme Controller. Ishvara, Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadhiradir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. Brahma Samhita, Brahma says, Chaturmukha Brahma is saying this. The prime creator of everyone of this universe, he is saying this. Ishvara, Parama Krishna is the supreme controller. There are many controllers. There are 33 crore devatas. There is Lord Shiva. There is Brahma. Everyone are controlling. Everyone have their different positions. But the supreme of all who is controlling everyone is Krishna. Clear? The same way in my body also, I am the controller, but I am the second controller. I'm not the direct controller. Based on Lord's orders, I control my body and others also. That's why everyone are representative of the Lord. For example, a father or a husband or a king, they're representative of the Lord. They are given certain positions to control someone who was subordinate to them. Clear? That's why I was saying jnana is little complicated, but when you clearly understand, it will be easier to understand. Okay, then infallible and always superior to spirit soul is Achyuta, is infallible. Never he falls down. And is always superior to the soul, is superior to us. Don't think that, oh, now I'm in ignorance. Once I get the knowledge, I'll become equal to the Lord or merge into the Lord. I will become the Lord. No way. I'm an eternal servant of the Lord. So always I am subordinate to him. My prime duty is to serve him, please him. Jivera Sarupohai Krishnera Nityadas. Clear? And is infallible. By seeing the pastimes of the Lord, never we should think that, oh, Krishna is also like me. Are he is a charioteer to Arjuna. Are he is son of Yashodamai. Or he is a brother of Balaram. Something we cannot think in this way. He is the Supreme Lord. A small example I'll give you, just to understand this. You know this, previously we had a Swachh Bharat, one scheme of Swachh Bharat, cleaning India, isn't it? I've seen some video is very viral, that Narendra Modi, who was the Prime Minister of India, was holding a bag and he was just taking the dust or the dirt on the beach everywhere. Some plastic papers, cups, everything. He was just taking everything and cleaning the city. Have you seen this video? Yes. So was he a sweeper on the road? Can we consider Prime Minister to be the sweeper on the road? No. His position is always Prime Minister. By doing the services, his name and fame is increasing. It is not he's coming down to the lower post. The same way, when Lord lovingly takes the lower post to serve his devotees, that doesn't mean that he has come down. He shows his greatness. He is the Supreme Lord. Akhilanda Koti Brahmana Nayaka is the Supreme of all. But to serve his devotees, he takes the low position, lower than the devotees to serve him. That is the greatness of the Lord. Clear? Now, we are fallible and subordinate. So many times we fall down, as we have fallen now. From the spiritual world, we have fallen here. But we are always subordinate to the Lord. It's only Lord. By the Lord's mercy, somewhere we are able to speak, eat, sleep, whatever we are doing. Everything goes on based on the Lord's. And in coming this thing, we'll be seeing those things also. Then items of knowledge, most important thing, 20 items Krishna is saying. You can see here, this is where I explained in the where introduction part. It's only 5 items are there in Bhagavad Gita. That is Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. 5 items we learn. Whatever the topic we read in Bhagavad Gita, it's based on these 5 topics. But you can see here, the most important thing is knowledge was. What is knowledge? Body, soul, super soul. Seeing the difference. When it comes to the knowledge, you should know what is this body made out of gross and subtle items, the 8 items. Here. And what is soul? Soul, Satchit Ananda. And who is the super soul? Who is next to the soul, sitting at the region of heart, controlling everything. The whole universe has been controlled by him, and my body is also controlled by him. And you shouldn't ever think that, okay, how many Paramatmas are there? In everyone's heart, Paramatma is there. Don't think that there are many millions of Paramatmas. There is only one Paramatma. Oh, so one Paramatma is in everyone's heart. No. He is individually present in everyone's heart. Little bit confusing, no? This is spiritual knowledge. By our material intelligence, we may not be able to understand. You don't think that Krishna is divided into pieces and is a Paramatma in everyone's heart? Or is only one in everyone's heart? No. He is one also right. He is different in every heart is also right. It is something complicated, controversy. We cannot understand this with our material knowledge. So Prabhupada gives a beautiful example for this. He says at something in the afternoon, you keep 100 pots filled with water. And you can see sun in all the pots. So for this example, you shouldn't think that he is the shadow or something like that. No, he is true. Paramatma is personally present with all the living entities. Even I am not able to understand because my intelligence is also limited. It depends how much we purify ourselves so that we can reach the position there and we will be able to understand. It's Krishna who has to show his mercy to us so that I will be able to understand this. Yeah. Now we can see the 20 qualities. See this in this 5 verses, he used this knowledge, 8 to 13. But let me go to the translation. It takes a long time to explain this. Humility, the first thing among 20 qualities, the first thing is humility. That's what we say in the very beginning, humble prayers. So what is humility? And see, when you don't take this knowledge with Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, what happens? It's a wrong conception of explanations. Many explain this Bhagavad Gita as ahimsa. Do you think Krishna is teaching ahimsa here? If he is teaching ahimsa, how can Arjuna fight back? How can he commit himsa? If something non-violence is taught to him, how can he do violence then by killing everyone? Oh, then Krishna is teaching violence. No way. Krishna is teaching dharma. He's giving the principles of dharma. So you should understand this. So when we are ignorant or else we are fools, not able to understand this, there are many people who impose their knowledge on us saying that, oh, Bhagavad Gita teaches ahimsa. If you are a devotee, then you shouldn't revolt. You shouldn't get angry. You shouldn't do. No, it is not that way. Never ever you should give up our position. What is humility then? How to be humble? Not just bending our body to everyone and serving everyone, going under their feet. And no, that is not real humility. Real humility is seeing the greatness of others, seeing the good things in others, giving everyone their values. A small story to understand this. Once in the assembly of Akbar, he had Navaratna ministers, great ministers with very knowledgeable persons. He invited everyone and he had a question that in a board, he wrote just one, one line. And he said, he requested everyone, without erasing the line, make it short. Clearly you hear, attentively you hear, without erasing, make it short. So all the ministers were thinking, they were not able to. Then finally it is Birbal who came there. He said, my dear master, I can do this. Oh, fine. Birbal, can you do this? Yes. Just took the checklist. He wrote one more bigger line next to that line. What happened? Automatically, the other line became shorter without erasing. Becoming non-violent, ahimsa, many other things, erasing ourselves. No. Seeing the greatness of others, that is humility. You become humble. Oh, this Mataji is great, serving others. So many difficulties also she has taken Krishna consciousness. Oh, which is such a great Mataji. Yes, that means you're taking a humble position. You're not giving your position, but you're seeing the greatness of others. Oh, this Prabhuji, even in such difficulties, is coming and serving there, something like this. Just see the goodness of everyone. Automatically will be humble. Clear? Then prideless. Not to be pride. Whatever we possess, it's everything the Lord's. It's not mine own. I have not brought anything by my birth. I came in empty hands. And how could I claim that this belongs to me? Everything belongs to Krishna. So where is the question of pride now? Clear. See, as soon as you come to the knowledge, everything becomes very clear. In non-violence. Many think, what is violence? Oh, killing animals, killing that. Those things are violence. So it should be non-violence. You should understand it's very subtle also. If you're hurting somebody mentally, that is also violence. Somebody is being hurted mentally. You are by words Manasa, Vacha, Karmena. If you're hurting somebody, that is violence. You'll get the same result. And then tolerance. The more important. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Prinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna. Tolerance. Accept the world. Accept whatever it comes to us. Being tolerant. I have got a good wife. Be happy with her. Don't expect much more than that. Don't ever see the neighbor's wife or somebody's wife and always make the house horrible. Useless wife you are. See that she's going to work, she's earning, she's taking care, you're not doing. And if wife someday in some other houses, wives see the neighbor person is earning lakhs together, you are a useless person, you don't have work, and that work also is you cannot get a good salary in this way. And there's a quarrel with the parents also. That son always shouts on the father, what kind of a father are you? See, all my friends are coming in bike, but I'm going in this cycle, in this with the father. Son is not satisfied. And the father, what kind of a son are you? See the other sons, they're getting first class and first rank. You're not able to read. You're coming a third class, you're just getting a pass mark, something like this. What is happening in here? We are not accepting our life. Life is very happy. So something Krishna has provided us, be happy with it. I have got the best wife, best son, best daughter, best parents. To my level, what I need, Krishna has provided me. Let us be happy with it. Sometimes we claim that, what has Krishna has given to us? Nothing. Nothing is there Krishna has given. So for this, I have a small story once. What happened, one person was just liking a girl. He went to his father. He said, I want to get married your daughter. He said, what do you have? He was a poverty person. Nothing yet. Are you working? No. You have wealth? No. You have this, you have that, nothing. Are a useless person, you don't have anything. You want my daughter, get lost from here. He just chastised him and sent back. And this person, very insulted now, he wants to give up his life. He was going to a riverbed somewhere. And he just said, devotee saw him, where are you going? No, Lord is not there. You are devotees of Lord. You say, Lord is not there. Nothing is given. I am such a person, nothing I have got. I'm not able to marry a girl also now. This was something was very, this thing you were speaking. Then finally he asked, what happened? This is the things all happened. So Lord has not provided me anything. There is no God. Who is it? What's the decision? I want to go on suicide. And go on. One request. One of my friend, one of a devotee is not having eye. Can you give you eyes? And here you're going to die. He will give 2 lakhs for one eye. If you give 2 eyes, 4 lakhs he will give. Can you give this? Who is it? Okay. So then one more friend I also have. He's not having his kidney failure. You give 1 kidney, he will give 4 lakhs. You give 2 kidneys, he will give 8 lakhs. After giving your eyes, kidney, everything, you can go on suicide. You say, what kind of a fool are you? After getting so many lakhs, why will I get suicide? I'll go and marry her. I can give one. This thing is. Yes, who gave you all this? Who gave me? It is my body. Who gave those things? It's God. So long you're saying nothing God has given you. It means we don't have the vision to see so many valuable things He has given in our life. But we are spoiling ourselves by not utilizing those things in proper way or not having the jnana chakshu, a vision of knowledge. In this way, we spoil our life by our own hands. Nobody is there to spoil us. Okay. Then simplicity, the same thing. Simplicity. Accept life. Simple life, high thinking. Only by thinking simple. Being simple, you'll be able to think higher. Then approaching a bona fide spiritual master. See, one item gives you so much of things needs to be explained, but time is not permitting. So just making cut short and going. Approaching a bona fide spiritual master, that is a parampara. See, very simple. Spiritual master means he should be a servant or a slave of his spiritual master. And he should have another spiritual master. It should be from the parampara, very clear. If a person comes and claims that I am a spiritual master and he is not having any spiritual master, never ever anyone can be a spiritual master without being a disciple. Here. And the cleanliness. Cleanliness is just next to devotion. When you don't have cleanliness, no devotion. Because Dharma stands on 4 pillars. And among 4 pillars, one is cleanliness. One is mercy, one is cleanliness, and one is tapasya. And other is truthfulness. 4 pillars. One is cleanliness. Without cleanliness, no devotional service. Without dharma, without 4 pillars, no dharma. On dharma, bhakti stays. So when there is no one leg, how will the bhakti will grow? No. So cleanliness, especially for Matajis. Cleanliness is the most important. In those days, you can see the houses, how beautiful it was. Early morning, you go to any house will be wide. The doors will be wide open, decorated with that rangolis and those things. And already the puja has been done. There will be fragrance of this incense sticks and so many things. Nowadays, it is something like a graveyard. Even you go at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, the doors will be closed and nothing there. This is our life. Cleanliness every day, cleaning the house, cleaning every day, taking. Now, something I said, where we are very, very, very many kilometers away from our real life. So cleaning our body every day, cleaning the house. Cleanliness is the prime thing. Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, will stay in the house when there is cleanliness. Without taking bath, going to the kitchen, going there, here, there, touching everything, contaminating everything. Let it be man or woman, whom contaminate. As soon as wake up, enter bathroom. That's it. Clean ourselves, take bath, shower, and come out. Then you have to touch anything or do. It's after sleep, it is something like a dead body equivalent, contaminated as a dead body, So we should be cleanliness. See, so many things to say according to the scriptures. It is heavy hole, so we cannot digest these things. But actually, cleanliness makes us to progress. The wealth, materially, spiritually, everything will be able to grow. Okay, then steadiness, that is constance. Then self-control, then renunciation of the objects of sense gratification. We have learned all this in the previous chapters also. An absence of false ego, the perception of the evil of birth, death, old age, and disease. You should understand what is the real problem. Birth, death, old age, and disease. Not, I don't have a job, I don't have this, I don't have that. These are all material things. But real problem is birth, death, old age, disease. Then detachment, be detached to everything. That is, only by getting attachment, you get detached. You cannot detach. It is not Palgu Vairagya. We are pretending, not pretending, oh, give up everything. No. Try to acquire more. What? Param Drishtva Nivartate. Acquire Krishna more. Automatically, this unwanted things goes away. Vishya Vinivartante. Niraharasya Dehna. Rasovajam, Rasopasya. Param Drishtva Nivartate. Yeah, and freedom from entanglement with child, wife, home, and the rest. Oh, see, correct. Krishna is saying here, give up your wife, give up your children. It is all very much attachment. It's an entanglement. Many reading this, what they think, oh, Krishna is guiding us. So let us give up our family, give up the wife and children is all only entanglement to me and go away. Should be full. That's why we need the knowledge from a spiritual master, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. What Krishna is saying, don't get entangled in the family life. It's actually a service by the Lord. He has given us mother, father, wife, kids, everyone. Everyone are children of Krishna. Sarvayoni Shikaunte Murte Sambhavanti Hatasam Brahma Madhyoni. Aham Bija Pradapita. He is the seed giving father of all the living entities. So my son, my daughter, my wife, everyone are children of Krishna. And I am the servant of all. Krishna has given me a duty to serve everyone. Not claiming myself, oh, she is my property. He is my property. It is not enjoyable product, a wife or a guy, a kid or whatever it is. Everything belongs to Krishna. So my service is to serve them, make them happy. See that Krishna has given thing. So make them qualified, give them the knowledge, make them to get liberated from this material world is the prime duty of a father or a husband. Not that giving up them and going away. Clear? So there are many responsibilities that we have to do. And for this, we need knowledge. And when there is no wife, for example, how is that detachment develops? because they are Krishna's son or Krishna's child. If we are missing them from our life, we shouldn't feel sad for it. That is called detachment. Not very much attached to them. But for that, you shouldn't give up them also. You should serve them. Serve them more wonderfully than previously what you are doing without knowledge. Because they are Krishna's child. If you are offending them, that means Krishna is getting angry on you. Should be very much cautious. So I should serve them better. Give them a proper education. Give them a proper housing, whatever the facilities like this. Okay. And even mindedness amid pleasant and unpleasant events. So we saw in the second chapter, Matas Pashas Shitoshna Sukadukadagama Payunityas, and sorrow and happiness be equal. In constant and unalloyed devotion to me, and aspiring to live in a solitary place, detachment from the general mass of people. This whole thing where you have to be away from the materialistic association and associate more with the devotees. We like-minded people where you'll get able to progress in our life. Then accept the importance of the self-realization and philosophical search for the absolute truth. Search the knowledge. It is a research in our life. How can I progress in my life? So all these I declare to be knowledge. And besides this, whatever there may be is ignorance. Here, the whole time goes on only this Trinity qualities. Let me go further. Now, the most important thing, how to gain the knowledge, as I was saying, the two qualities here it is said. One is constant unalloyed devotion to me, essential quality. And then accepting a bona fide spiritual master. These two things are more important. Accepting a spiritual master, engaging in the Lord's service. Accepting a spiritual master means also, it's very important to take the words of the spiritual master. Just for a small, I'll give one story, just to understand. Once, the same thing as Ramanujacharya went and serving. The one spiritual master and disciple were going to all the places and serving. So they have to stay there in that place. So the spiritual master gives him some money and he says, go and purchase something so that we can prepare honor here and start preaching in this area for 3 days or something like that. So he goes to a shop. Yes, it's a new kingdom, new place they have come. So he goes to the shop. How much is rice? That person says 10 rupees kilo. 10 rupees. Oh, very good. Then how much is some vegetables? 10 rupees. Oil, 10 rupees. How much is this dal? 10 rupees. How much is cashew? 10 rupees. Hearing this, he was so happy. Everything is 10 rupees. Oh, he comes back to the spiritual master. Master, beautiful place, because he's very fond of this cashews. Beautiful place, my dear master. We should stay here only. What happened? What did you see so good in this? Oh, here everything is 10 rupees. Even this cashew nuts are 10 rupees. We can eat cashew nuts and preach here, not a problem, he says. He says, Hare, some fool is the king of this place. He don't know what is the value of each product has to be given its own value. He don't know those things. So immediately we have to leave this place. Isn't this type of things? I'm very fond of cashew nuts. My spiritual master is not liking me to take this cashew nuts. So he wants to go away from this place. He says, no, master, I have liked this place. I want to serve much. As a representative of you, I start serving here. I start preaching here. I'll be here. The spiritual master says, no, don't want. He says, no, master. I will do that. Okay, it's up to you. Your fate. You be here. He blesses him and he goes away. He goes, whatever the spiritual master given the money, he goes, purchases 3 kilos or 5 kilos of cashew nuts. He comes, leads a very happy life. So whatever he eats, cashew nuts in. Whatever he drink, even drinking a glass of water, he'll put 2 cashew nuts into it and he'll start drinking that. He was very fond of it. By eating more and more cashew nuts, he's developing his body also is becoming more fat and this way. So once what happened, there was a thief. So thief was stealing something and the soldiers, they got hold of him, they brought to the king. What? In my kingdom? Stealing in my kingdom? I made everything equal rates, everything so cheap in my kingdom. How could a thief come and steal here? I should punish him so that no one else in their life, they have to steal. Go and hang him. Tomorrow at exactly 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock, you have to go and hang him. He gives a time and they have taken him. And that thief was very cunning person. The next day morning, he just escaped from the soldiers and ran away. And the soldiers will come to the king and they said, this is what happened. He escaped from it. But my justice, what the word I have given, never that should miss. I have said to hang 12 o'clock. So if he has missed, not a problem. Catch hold of someone and hang him. take that thread, hanging thread, to whomever head it perfectly fits, go and hang him. My word shouldn't miss. So then they go with this rope, and our disciple who's eating cashew nuts every day and sitting there, he has grown up well. As soon as they put this rope, is exactly fixed to his head. They're dragging him. He said, "Hey, wait! I'm eating cashew nuts. Why are you disturbing me? Let me be here." They're dragging him once again. Then what happened? They said, "One thief has been escaped, and my king's order should be performed. So somebody should be hanged. But 12 o'clock, whosoever neck fits perfectly to this rope, he should be hanged now. So we are dragging." And he realizes, my spiritual master told me there's a fool who's the king of this kingdom. So now how to do? He requests his spiritual master. He is just shouting, screaming. Then his spiritual master will come. He says, "What happened, my dear disciple?" He says, "This is what happened. I've realized what is life. Please see that you protect me from this one incident sufficient. I whole life I'll be dust under your lotus feet. Never ever I will say any word against you. Please, please." Then finally, spiritual master, okay, wait. He'll go to the king. He says, "I'm coming directly from heaven. I have a great secret news, very confidential news." Okay. He says, "Please say me. You have to come near. Secret, how can I reveal to everyone? I'll say in your ears. Directly, I'm coming from the heaven. Now, the Indra has been removed. The king of heaven has been removed from the throne. Now, whoever passes from here, whoever first dies here, he will be the king of heaven." "Oh, is it? Then wait. He says to the ministers, "Hey, somebody was supposed to hang. No, stop him. First, it is only me. I have to die." Yeah, all the ministers, "What happened, my dear king? What happened?" It's all very confidential thing. I cannot say to reveal to everyone. First to hang me. So what about the next king? He says, sure, he shows the spiritual master. He is the guru, he is the sadhu. He will give you the right person. First you hang me. He just goes and hangs himself. And he gives a proper qualified person to the nation as a king. So in this way, serving the spiritual master also is very thing, not like this for our satisfactions, for our namesake, having a spiritual master. No, following the orders of the spiritual master is more. Okay, then amanitya, humility, non-violence, self-control, detachment from general mass of people. But all these 20 qualities can be achieved only by serving the Lord. Process of knowledge terminates in unalloyed devotional service to the Lord, essential quality. This one, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, chanting and offering prasadam to the Lord, is sufficient to get all the qualities, good qualities of this. If one takes to full Krishna consciousness, all the other mentioned qualities are automatically developed. Okay. Now, the difference between the soul and super soul. Here Krishna is saying, Neyam yat tat pravakshyami yajñatvam ashnute anadi matparam brahma nasattan nashat uchyate. I shall now explain the noble, knowing which you will taste the eternal Brahman, the spirit, beginningless and subordinate to me, lies beyond the cause and effect of this material world. This is the soul in you. No need to have much explanation of it, because in the second chapter itself, we have seen this. The soul is also, see the qualities of the soul. It is without birth and death. There's no beginning and end, because it is a part and parcel of the Lord. It is anadi, no expiry. And subordinate to the Krishna, it is subordinate to Krishna, and never ever it can be equal or above. Asamurdva. Lord is known as Asamurdva. No one can be equal to him or above him. So he is always dependent on the Lord. So beyond the cause and effect of this world, when there is annihilation, it never matters to us. Lord, the soul dies there. Here, it's only the nature. There's a change of nature in that. So this table, this laptop, this body, everything goes away. But the soul never dies. It is transcendental Satchit Ananda. Clear? Then, what is super soul? Yes, I'll go to the translation. The supreme truth exists outside and inside of all living beings. He is all pervaded. Krishna is all pervaded. Is as Paramatma within the heart. He is present in each and every, what I can say, anu, atom. Nowhere you can see anything existing without the presence of the Supreme Lord. Okay? Yes. outside and inside of all living beings. The moving and the non-moving is the source of all, because he is subtle. He is beyond the power of the material senses to see or to, because he's not only subtle, he's divine, he's transcendental. Without the transcendental vision, we are not able to see him. Krishna is pervaded everywhere, but we are not able to see him. Although far, far away is also near to all. He is very far, he is very near also. This is Ishopanishad explains this. The Upanishads, this is the knowledge of Ishopanishad. This is because it is knowledge part. Everything comes in knowledge. But let us take it very simplified way. Super soul has hands, legs, eyes, ears, heads and faces everywhere, all pervading. That understanding is, so even you speak, even you see, whatever you do, Lord can realize. When you offer something in front of Lord's photo, he can honor that prasadam. Not that he has to come, we have to have a deity form, then only it will happen. Nothing like that. It's all pervaded. Everywhere his presence is there. He can, and see the speciality of the Lord. See our eyesight. For example, our five senses can do only one at a time. Our eyes can see only that is it. Nothing else other than that it can do. But Lord's eyes can eat, can taste, can hear, can smell, everything. All the senses can do all the other activities of other senses. In that way, Lord is always special. So we sometimes in our material intelligence, it's difficult to even imagine. As I was giving the example of a frog in a well and a frog in the ocean, something like that. It's difficult. As much as we chant, as much as we offer to the Lord, develop our Krishna consciousness, develop the spirituality in us, we'll grow, we'll progress in our life. Our, what I can say, consciousness is getting purified day after day. So we'll be able to reveal many such kind of subtle things in our. Okay, all reconciling inside and outside of living entities, transcendental, but has no senses. Sometimes they say is nirguna, is senseless, no senses. Yes, is not having material senses, but is having transcendental senses. Yeah, then has spiritual senses, supreme person, source of all sense of living entities. There's another important thing, is known as Rishikesha. Sarvopadi nirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhaktiruttama. Rishikesha. Rishikesha means who is the proprietor of all the senses. By serving our senses, through our senses, Krishna's senses to be satisfied. That is the prime duty of a living entity. Many things to explain, but no time. So simple thing. For example, this mobile. Always take this mobile from the side and keep this. I had only a desire, but who did that work? It was Krishna. He orders my senses. He orders my eyesight. See, for example, I want to see you. Within he orders, yes, you are qualified to see you. See, then only eyesight will see that and give the pleasure to me. Otherwise, I cannot. It's only through Krishna. So many big processes happening. The small things that we are doing. Everything comes through Krishna. Upadashtanumatacha bharta bhokta maheshwara. He is sitting in everyone's heart as a permitter. Tatas, sometimes you have seen your ancestors, they say, there are some tatastu devatas, you don't unwantedly ask anything or something like that. Yes, it is Paramatma. He says tatastu, whatever the desires we get. Sometimes he say, I don't need these children for 7 jalmas because they're so much troubling me. Definitely he'll say tatastu. All our desires will be full. So we should be very cautious to have desires also. Okay, in this way, Krishna is the proprietor for all the senses. All our senses only accept the order of the Supreme Lord, not us. Yeah? Then he's undivided, as I was giving the example of Paramatma in everyone's heart, is undivided, resides in heart of all. Yeah. And who can know soul and super soul? Now I'll go only towards the translation because as time is very already done, so I cannot go with the slokas. Thus, the field of activities, the body, knowledge, and the noble have been summarily described by me. Yeah, now Krishna has explained all this. Final point he says here, you just attentively hear this. Only my devotees can understand this thoroughly and thus attain to my nature. Clear? Only my devotees can understand, not others. My devotees are chanting my names and offering prasadam to me. Only those can understand me, not everyone. And see, the message is very, very clear. It is the ball is in my court now. I should utilize however I need. I have the independence. Krishna has given the free will. It is your choice to be a devotee or not a devotee. Krishna is reciprocating as your wish. Clear? Then enlightened. Who is the real enjoyer? It's here enlightened. The qualities of jiva, qualities of material nature, qualities of super soul, realized jiva, acquiring jnana chakshu, and destination. All this will be seeing the next slides. That is qualities of jiva. Jiva is beginningless. Definitely, we don't have beginning and end. Hard struggle for existence since we want to enjoy through material nature. Another important topic to be discussed is we are hard struggle. We are struggling our life. Why? There is no enjoyment in this mobile, but I want happiness through this. What is happening? This is something a 20K mobile, you think. You're purchasing this. You say this is the best featured mobile, or this is a good one, you purchase this. And just after 2 months or 3 months, you'll get a mobile better than this, an advertisement. Seeing that what happens. I should have been waiting for another 2 months to buy this. No. Now this, the same 20,000 mobile which was giving you happiness, the same mobile is giving pain to you. You're suffering by this mobile because you're seeing something which is higher than this. I'm not able to afford that because already I've purchased this. The same mobile which was the source for your happiness is giving pain now. You're suffering by this. Clear? Small example. The same thing the whole world is. Whatever you choose, in the beginning you think, oh, this gives me very happiness. By getting married, a beautiful girl, I'm very happy. After getting married, always everyday problem, everyday quarreling. Why is that? You see, not only you are satisfied with your wife, you see the better option also. So this happens. Even by having children, even by having parents, you're not satisfied by what we have having. So every day it's a struggle because we want the happiness through the material things. But the real happiness is Krishna. He is the form of bliss. So soul's happiness comes by service to the super soul. Atmada Ananda Paramatmana Sevayalli. In Kana, it's very clear. Atma's happiness, the soul's happiness comes from the service of the super soul. But we are searching somewhere in the material things, so we are just struggling. Then material nature. By this, what happens? We get frustrated, as I said, the mobile example. We get frustrated and we think to take another life. In that life, I'll be happy. I'll be happy as a dog. I'll be happy as seeing a good dog. Somebody will say, no, time is not permitting me. So once there was an examination to a boy, they were going in the park. One dog, he was, I can say, in NIT or MIT somewhere, high school, college, has got a seat. Many hundreds or many thousands, one get that seat in that college, has got the seat. And there's the exam tomorrow. He's working very hard. And he and his friend, his master or someone, they're going in a park. He's seeing one dog, a street dog. He is sleeping on the street. He's seeing the dog. And that other person asks, what happened? Why are you seeing that? You see how blissfully, happily it is sleeping. See my life. I'm struggling anything for that's tomorrow's exam. He's thinking that the dog's life is better than his life. What will happen? Next life, he'll be the street dog. That is what his desire was. So unknowingly, we think so many things. We get frustrated. So 8.4 million species based on action and desire. It will take so many lives. I don't know how many have been had this kind of things. A dog is better than me, cat is better than me, this is better than. So many lives I'll be taking now. Okay, qualities of material nature. Material nature is also beginningless. Prakriti, which we say, it is also beginningless. It is temporary manifestation. So it's a cycle like. So creation, maintenance, annihilation. Creation, maintenance, annihilation. It's a circle. It just keeps on going. So it is also permanent. But it temporarily just changes. Keeps transforming, provides transcendent residential quarters to the jiva. It is a jail, as we are discussing. It's a jail. So that is a residential place for the jivas to be. and controls jiva through three modes. You can see this picture in here. Tomorrow we'll be discussing more about it. Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna, how this controls us. Okay, then qualities of Supersoul. Transcendental enjoyer, proprietor, witness, permitted. As I was saying, Upadashtanamanta Chabartabok Maheshwara. Is the transcendental enjoyer sitting within the heart. He is the real proprietor of everything. He is the proprietor of the whole universe. He is the proprietor of my body too. And he is the proprietor of me. As I am the soul, he is the proprietor of me. So what is he doing? Witnessing and permitting. Is this witnessing all my actions based on those results? Is permitting. Yes, this desire can be fulfilled that way. Okay. So he is the source of all. Here you can see super soul, this chart. Soul, desire, nature, body. Everything is based on the Lord, but the soul desires. So he gets that nature and the next body is given to him. We saw in this 8th chapter. Whatever the actions we do, we are just something like we have a hammer and a uli, what do we say? Carving a form for our next life by our actions. It's very simple. Then realized jiva. What living entity realizes when enlightened with knowledge? When we get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, what happens to our life, and distinguish between spirit and matter, then we'll be able to realize I am not this body, so my prime duty should be for the soul, not for the body. Because I am a soul, soul's main prime duty is to serve Krishna. So let me serve Krishna. Why should I serve my senses? Why should I serve my tongue, my ear, my nose, everything? We'll be able to realize that. Then sees the indestructible super soul as companion. Then the next level is, as a yogi, you'll be able to see Paramatma within the heart, the non-doer. And finally thinks, I am not the real doer. I'm not doing anything here. He's separated from his body inside. He's able to see as somebody sitting within the car. Never we think that I am the car. Will we think that I am car? No, we are very clear. I am within the car. The same way he thinks, this is a vehicle. Says, Krishna says, this body is a vehicle. Yantra Rudani Mayaya, made out of Maya. This is a Yantra Rudani Maya. It's a Yantra. It's a, what I can say, it's a vehicle. For us to get liberated and go to Vaikuntha, it's a vehicle has been given to us. So you'll be separated within this body. You will know that this body is a subtle body. This is gross body. I'm sitting. I should utilize my hand for this purpose, my mind, my eyesight for this purpose, as having the steering and going within. Now we are in ignorant. We think that I am car. What? I am car, we are thinking. That is our ignorance. Okay, then Jnana Chakshu. O chief of the Bharatas, know that whatever you see in existence, both the moving and the non-moving, is only a combination of the field of activities and the knower of the field. It's very clear. Krishna is saying it's very simple. Whatever you see in this world, it's a combination of two, that is Kshetra and Kshetrajna. There is a body and there is a soul within it. A dog, a cat, or a ant, or a elephant, whatever you see in this creation is a combination of two. Let it be moving or non-moving, even a plant and a mountain is with a soul and the body. Okay? It's very simple. Once you need some knowledge to progress so that it becomes more simplified, you understand. Then acquiring Jnana Chakshu, by having this Jnana Chakshu, by gaining knowledge about constituents of the body. The body is made out of 24 elements, as I was saying. 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas, and 5 Panchabhutas, and Manas, that is mind, intelligence, false ego, and that Mahatattva, and 5 sense objects. In this way, it is totally 24 elements. Yeah. The difference between body and soul. As Krishna is saying, you'll be able to know the Kshetra, difference. What is soul and what is? And soul is so powerful. You say, oh, a person, a pilot sitting in a big plane is able to fly that, how many tons of weight it is having. A small soul is able to do that. A small soul is able to build a big, huge skyscrapers. It's spirit soul. They make the difference. Oh, this is matter and this is soul. Okay, equal vision as they see super soul present in all the living entities. By knowledge, as we saw Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmanika Vyasnini, Shuni Shaiva Shapaki Chapandita Samadarshinaha in the 5th chapter itself. By knowledge, you'll be able to see everyone equally because soul is present everywhere. And the super soul along with the soul. Okay, have control over the mind and senses. By this knowledge, you'll be able to have control over his senses and the mind. And the last, destination. Kshetra kshetragnayorevam antaram jnanam chakshusha bhuta prakriti moksham cha ye vidur yanti te param. Those who see with eyes of knowledge the difference between the body and the knower of the body, and can also understand the process of liberation from bondage in material nature, attain to the supreme. It's very clear. Clear? Knowledge. What is knowledge? First, seeing the difference between the body and the soul. Then the main thing is the process of acquiring this knowledge. After acquiring its jnana, then vijnana. What is vijnana? See, if you know all the verses of Bhagavad Gita, everything I know is all jnana. What is vijnana? When we do it achar, when we implement in our life, that becomes vijnana. That is a process to liberate from this bondage of material. Without chanting, without offering to the Lord and honoring prasadam, all these 18 days sessions is a waste. Only acquiring knowledge is of no use. It has to become vijnana. It has to be implemented in our life. Then only we'll be able to reach our destination. Here, the message is very clear by them. Okay. So in the 13th chapter, the most technical, this thing I can say. So it's a knowledge part. You can see the 6 wise questions by Arjuna and all those was answered by Krishna, and the 20 items of knowledge and the difference between the soul and super soul, and a person enlightened, realized jnana chakshu. How could he watch this side? How could he implement his life? And how could he transform his life and liberate from this material? So what is tomorrow? Tomorrow, as I was saying, it's another important. Krishna says here, many Mahatmas after getting this knowledge have been liberated from this material. So such is the subtlest knowledge is this 14th chapter, the 3 gunas, the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Tomorrow, let us see that. Okay. Now there's a quiz link. Please do attend to the quiz link. Now let us chant once Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rameti, Rama Rame. Manorame Sahasra Nama Tulyam Rama Nama Vararane. I hope you all have read this somewhere in Vishnu Purana. Yes. What is the meaning of it? It is Bruhat Vishnu Sahasra Nama. Stotra 72.335. I chant the holy name of Rama, 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 and thus enjoy this beautiful sound. This holy name of Ramachandra is equal to 1,000 holy names of Lord Vishnu. The Vishnu Sahasranama itself says, chanting 1,000 names of Vishnu is equal to chanting 3 names of Rama. And previously, I gave another verse also, I was showing that. So 1 name of Krishna is equal to chanting 3 names of Rama. So we are chanting how many Krishnas and how many Rama in our Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that means you are chanting so many Vishnu Sahasranamas just by chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is the conclusion. Okay. Now, this is our Lakshmi Narasimhadev and the Giridhari is for HK. Now, anyone is having any questions, you can raise your hands. Meanwhile, you can see the announcements from Chandrasekhar. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for detailed explanation. So I'll quickly check the report of yesterday. Can see the report, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. So yesterday around 60 devotees attended the session and 37 participated in quiz. 24 did the chanting and 20 devotees performed the Naivedya. Yesterday was Saturday and today also Sunday, so there is less attendance.
Always Saturday, Sundays, they take rest.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't say, but still, life becomes a rest. Actually, 18 days. consistency should be there for this 18 days. So yesterday, Mataji also was saying, Saturdays, it's very challenging to wake up because every other days, at least for the kids, you have to prepare something when they wake up. Saturday, Sunday is the leave day, it's off. So waking up on Saturday, Sundays is challenging. Okay, but if you don't make up your mind and come up, it's difficult. Okay, Prabhu, what's the question?
One question from Ashok Prabhu is how to do bhakti and karma yoga towards Lord Krishna in an intelligent way.
Read Bhagavad Gita regularly, constantly, hear these sessions. So definitely, intelligently, we can do that. In one word, I cannot answer this. It takes a whole lifetime to implement. No? Bhakti,
Yes.
day after day, progressing, day after day, chanting. So simple way, chant, especially mornings. As soon as you get up, take a bath and sit and chant. Then eat prasad. These two things are Krishna as Paramatma he will give you. Okay, yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, next question from Vinod Prabhu is instead of offering money in temple, can we offer to needy people to purify money?
No, that will not happen. It's purified only by providing to the Lord. There is two things, punya and sukruti. By giving to a needy, anyhow, in coming days, I'll say about the charity also. No? Charity in goodness, passion, and ignorance. So how it binds us. Something you're giving to the needy also binds you more in this material world. Anyhow, in coming days, I'll tell you. So giving to Lord, it liberates you. It purifies it. The sukruti has been built. It has been purified. It will not get purified by giving to others. Now how? In coming days, I'll say. You can just have a little patience, wait for that. Okay? Yes, now we
Okay. So those are the questions from yesterday's feedback. And now Vinita Mataji has raised her hand.
Vinita Nandraj.
Yeah, Nandraj. Yes, please. You can switch on.
Hare Krishna.
Namaste, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Krishna is equal to Brahma ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಹೌದಾ? ಈ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಗ್ರಾಮದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಇದೆ, ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಗಳು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಊರುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಂಜನೇಯ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಇದು ಬಂದಾಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ? ಒಂದು. ಎರಡನೇದು, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ಬೆರಳಿಗೆ 2-3 ಅಷ್ಟೇ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಇರೋದು. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನನ್ನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನನ್ನ ಇದೊಂದು ಹಾಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಪವಿತ್ರವಾದ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಕರ್ತನನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಹೇಗೆ ಜಸ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್? ಆಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ನ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ನಿರ್ಣಯ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಕೆಲವು ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಮಾರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ತಗೋಬೇಕಂತ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ನಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಐ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಎನ್ಕ್ವೈರಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿ ಅದರ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್. ನಾನು 1 ನಿಮಿಷ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ, ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತೀನಿ, ಭಗವಂತ ಈ ಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಖರೀದಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬೇಡ. ಅದ್ ನನ್ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಗಾಬರಿ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಚಂಚಲತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಖರೀದಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಮನಸ್ಸು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚಂಚಲಿದೆ, ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಇದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಅದು ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಸಮೇತ ನಂಗೆ ಫಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಅದು ಸತ್ಯ, ಒಪ್ಕೊಂತೇನೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆತ್ಮ ಮತ್ತು ಪರಮಾತ್ಮವನ್ನ ನಾ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅಪ್ಪ, ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದೆ, ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಕೇಳೋ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನ ಹತ್ರ ನನ್ನ ನಿರ್ಣಯ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಗಾಗ್ತದೆ? ಒಂದ್ ಡೌಟ್ ಬಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ಬಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಆತ್ಮ ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಎಸ್ ಮಾಮೂಲಿ ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಅನ್ ಕೇಳಿ. ಅದೇ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆದ ಉತ್ತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನ ಹತ್ರ ಇದನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಹೌ ಕೆನ್ ಐ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ದಿ ಹೌ ಶುಡ್ ಐ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಮೈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಟು ದ Paramatma?
Okay, now the first question was, we can find so many Hanuman temples but not Krishna. If you say Krishna personality, you got it. Yes. Why don't everyone worship Krishna? Krishna, he himself, he says that Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kaschidati Siddhi. Only among millions and millions, one will worship Krishna. Because Krishna is nothing but liberation. Mukti Pradata Mukunda. He gives only bhakti. He gives only liberation. He will never give us material needs. So we are very fond of material needs. We go to demigods. We go to some Devi, you go to some Hanuman, you go to some one or the other. so that they will provide us the material needs. So the whole world is filled with material needs, this sense gratification. So everyone go to demigods. Why will they go to Krishna? Only
demigods ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕನ್ನಡದಾಗ ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಸರ್?
ದೇವತೆಗಳು. Devatas. So only they go to Devatas. Not everyone. As they said, jnana or less intelligent, who don't liberation from this material world, who don't consider birth, death, old age, disease as their prime problem. They think I am not married is my problem. I don't have money is my problem. I don't have kids is my problem. Who thinks material things is his problem, they go to the Devatas. A person who is eternally able to think with this knowledge that birth, death is my real problem, he will go to Krishna. There's only few. Berlanike matra idare ashchana. Berlanike matrane Krishna hatra bartare. Very clear. Okay. And next question was, why Brahma is not worshipped? Previously, a story of Bhrigu Muni, where he goes, sees Brahma and he curses him that there shouldn't be any worship to you. So the curse of Bhrigu Muni has been followed. In this for this Manvantara or something, it will be followed in that way. Then he'll be getting this worship. In that way, Brahma is not been worshipped. And what you said, 2 temples or something, that is also not authorized. That also not to be worshipped, but is been worshipped as okay. Is in one place because that is the birthplace or something they say. It is in Rajasthan. The place is there. Okay. Then what was the next question? That your question that whenever you go to take a decision,
yes,
still and think about it. And when you are not getting anxiety or any bewilderment of doubt, you purchase it.
Yes.
Or something it is not little bit hesitant, you just give it up.
Yes.
That is the answer for everyone. See, actually, Krishna speaks to everyone. Tomorrow you will be seeing that Krishna speaks to everyone, but a person who is very near to Lord, he'll be able to hear that. Not everyone. So many times, mind also speaks and soul also speaks. And the super soul will be guiding us. But it depends how do we take. Sometimes when we are in ignorance, we consider vice versa. Mind as the super soul as mind and something like that. We take wrong decisions. But we are taking right decisions and somewhere we are near to the Lord. We are in that Sattva-guna mode of goodness. Then it will be possible to take right decisions. Okay? Yes, Prabhuji.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಾವು ಯಾವ್ದಾನ ಇವಾಗ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ನೆನ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ್ಲಿ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಾಗ್ಲಿ ಅದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದ್ ವೀಕ್ ಇದೀವ, ದೇವ್ರ ನೆನ್ಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೇಬೇಕಾ, ಅವ್ರ ನೆನ್ಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ವಾ ಅನ್ನಂಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನೆನ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್
ಯಾಕೆ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನೆನ್ಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಯಾಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದ್ ವೀಕ್ ಇದೀವ ನಾವು ಅನ್ನಂಗೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆನೆ ಒಂಥರ ಹಂಗಾತರ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದ್ದಿರೋದು, ಈ ಜೈಲಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕಿರೋದು? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿರೋದು. ಮತ್ತೆ because of being our egoistic, we have been put to this material world. That is the wrong thing which we have done. We are the servants of the Lord, but we want to be the masters. Why should I think of the Lord always? Why should I worship him? I should be the Ishvara, I should be the Lord, lording over the material nature here. So we are fallen here. That is the prime cause for us to be here. Subtly we are, how far we are just thinking, doing the mistakes we see. So somewhere the ego is mattering here. So we are servants. That is our eternal thing. ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾದದ್ದು ನಾನು ಭಗವಂತನ ಸೇವಕನಾಗಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಸೇವಕಿಯಾಗಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಡಿಮೆನ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ತಾನೆ ಅದು. ಭಗವಂತನ ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ನೆನಿಬೇಕು? ಆ ಒಂದು ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋದು. ಆವಾಗ ಈ ಭೌತಿಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಷ್ಟಗಳನ್ನ ಅನುಭವಿಸಿ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್. ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ದ tiger or even lions have been trained. They don't feed him. They struggle, they beat, give them the training later, but it hears to the master, whatever. Then he says, sit on a chair, it will go and sit. The same way, we are offending the Lord, who is the proprietor of everyone. He is the source of mine also. He is the proprietor of my proprietor. But I wanted to be the proprietor. So he is training us through this jail. We are just settling in this material world. If always meditate on Krishna, you'll be peacefully living. If you think this, why should I meditate on him? I am so weak. He'll show you how weakness you are. ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟು ದೌರ್ಬಲ್ಯವಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ದೌರ್ಬಲ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಮ್ಮ ನೀವು ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. Are you able to understand me, Mataji?
ಅಲ್ಲ ಬಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಕೆಲ್ಸ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ದೇವ್ರ ನೆನ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ. ಬಟ್ ಬೇರೆಯವರು ನಮ್ಕಿನ್ನ ಇನ್ನ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕೆಲ್ಸಗಳು ದೇವ್ರ ನೆನೆಸ್ತಾರೋ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೋ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ.
ಹೌದು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಓದ್ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಾಭಕ್ತರಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ.
ಅದೇ
ಇವಾಗ ಅಹಂಕಾರಿಗಳಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗಲ್ಲ, ಜನರಲಿ money, you sing, oh Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. By praying to Krishna, if you get more money, you'll forget him. You'll become very pride that I have so much of money, I have so many servants and so many things. In that way you go away from Krishna. That is what you are saying. Many who are egoistic, because their punya is already there. In their quota, 100 rupees is already there. They have spent already 10-20 rupees. Still 80 rupees is there. They can do whatever the life nonsense they can do in their life. Still they have that 80 rupees. They'll be enjoying. ಅವ್ರು ಎಂತ ಕ್ರೂರಿಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಲಿ, ಎಂತ ಮೂರ್ಖರಾಗಿರ್ಲಿ, ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಸರಿ, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ, ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಫಲ ಇದೆ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮುಗಿದೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇವಾಗ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಪಾಪಕರ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಿ ನಿಂತಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಆವಾಗ ನಂಬ್ತಾರ. ಅಡ್ಡು ಬಿದ್ದು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಆಗ್ತೀವಿ, ಕಲ್ಲಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಆಗ್ತೀವಿ, ಬಿಡ್ಕು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಆವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಬಡತನ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕಷ್ಟದ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಷ್ಟ, ಕಷ್ಟದ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಯಾಕೆ? ಆವಾಗ ಅಹಂಕಾರದಿಂದ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಅದರೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರತಿಫಲ ಇವಾಗ ಬರ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ಪುಣ್ಯದ ಫಲ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡೋದು. Once you come to the Bhagavad Gita Jnana or the spiritual knowledge, you will be able to understand. That is what Matra Spashtastu Konte Shitoshtu Sukha Dukkata. Be equal in all your life, being equal in happiness or sorrow or whatever it is, pain or this thing. You should be equal in all the positions. So sometimes when we get something, we shouldn't become puffed up. And if you don't have anything, not becoming humble. Be equal. Okay. Yes.
ಒಂದು ಸಂಸಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ 4 ಜನ ಸಹೋದರಿರ್ತಾರೆ.
So 1 minute. Harichandana Prabhu is having a question. I'll ask from him. Then you can ask a question.
Okay.
Harichandana Prabhu, where are you? Can you unmute?
He left, sir. He did not ask question.
He's not there? In the chat, the message. Unmute, it seems. You have to raise your hand. Harichandana. Yes, you can unmute.
Hello, Guruji. Actually, I don't know Kannada, but
Mataji, what is your mother tongue?
it's a Telugu.
Telugu adagandi Mataji, parvalledu.
అది ఇప్పుడు మీరు మాట్లాడిన క్వశ్చన్ కి కిందనే వస్తుంది. సో ఇప్పుడు ఎవరైతే నార్మల్ పీపుల్ ఉంటారో వాళ్ళు దేవుళ్ళకి పూజ చేసి అంతా చేస్తారు. బట్ ఇన్ రిటర్న్ దెల్ బి అంటే ఏదైనా ఒక పాజిటివ్ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ కింద ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేస్తారు. బట్ వచ్చే వాళ్ళకి ఎప్పుడు వస్తూ ఉంటుంది. వాళ్ళు చేసేవి అన్ని కూడా ఇది మంచి పని కింద రాదు. సో వాళ్ళకి వచ్చేది ఎప్పుడు వస్తుంది అంటే ఏంటి దానికి రీజన్? దానికి తర్వాత రీజన్ అంటే తర్వాత అసిస్టెన్స్ దొరుకుతుందా మనకి, హెల్ప్ అనేది, లేకపోతే వాళ్ళకి ఏదన్నా? నాకు అర్థం కాలేదు. నేను అడిగిన క్వశ్చన్ మీకు అర్థమైందా?
ఇది ఆల్రెడీ నేను చెప్పాను మాతాజీ, ఇప్పుడే చెప్పాను. వాళ్ళకి కన్నడలోనే ఇంగ్లీష్ లోనే ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశాను కదా. ఇదే వాళ్ళను అడిగింది. అంటే ఎంతో మంది చెడ్డ కార్యాలు చేస్తుంటారు, అప్పుడును వాళ్ళకి మంచిది అవుతుంటుంది. ఇನ್ನು కొంచెం మంది వచ్చేసి మంచి కార్యాలు చేస్తుంటారు, వాళ్ళకి చెడ్డదే అవుతుంటుంది. ఎందుకు?
అవును,
ఎందుకు అంటే మనం పూర్వ జన్మలో ఏమంత కార్యాలు చేసింటాము, దాని ప్రతిఫలము ఇప్పుడు అనుభవిస్తుంటాము. నేను పోయిన జన్మలో ఒక మహా భక్తునిగా ఉన్నాను, అందరికీ మంచిది చేస్తుంటే ఇప్పుడు దాని నుంచి నాకు పుణ్య ఫలం అనేది దొరికింది. దాని నుంచి ఇప్పుడు నేను గొప్ప వ్యక్తిగా పుట్టాను, ఒక గొప్ప తల్లిదండ్రుల గడపలో పుట్టాను. శ్రీమంతునిగా ఉన్నాను, ఇప్పుడు నాకు అహంకారం వచ్చేసింది. అరే నేను ఏం చేస్తాను నడుస్తుంది అని. ఇప్పుడేం చేస్తున్నాను, అందరిని హింసిస్తున్నాను, నేను చెడ్డ కార్యాలు చేస్తున్నాను. దీని నుంచి నా పాపం పెరుగుతుంటుంది. బట్ చేసిండే పుణ్య ఫలాలు ఇంకా అలాగే ఉంటుంది కదా. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఎంత పాపం చేస్తేనో నాకు మంచిదే అవుతుంది. నేను ఎందుని చంపుతేనో నాకు మంచిదే అవుతుంది. నేను ఎంత క్రూరంగా ఉంటేనో నాకు మంచిదే అవుతుంది. ఎప్పటి వరకు నా పుణ్య ఫలం ఉంటుంది, అప్పటి వరకు బాగుంటుంది. నా టైము డెత్ తర్వాత కాదు, మరణం తర్వాత కాదు, ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ ఆల్సో. కొందరిని చూడవచ్చు మీరు, శ్రీమంతునిగా ఉంటాడు, అన్ని వైభవంతో ఉంటాడు, కొన్ని రోజుల్లో యావదో స్టాక్ మార్కెట్ తీసుకుంటాడు, గ్రీన్ చేసాడు, ఒకే రోజుకి పాపరైపోయి అన్ని ఉడుసు కుచ్చుకొని ఉంటాడు. ఎందుకు? పుణ్యఫలాలు అయిన తక్షణమే అన్నినో వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. కొన్ని మంది చూడొచ్చు, భిక్షాధిపతి ఏమి ఉండదు, అతనికి ఆ పుణ్యఫలం వచ్చిన తక్షణమే అతను గొప్ప శ్రీమంతుడు అయిపోతుంది. సో దానికే జ్ఞానం లేకున్నప్పుడు ఇలాగ ఉంటుంది. మనం జ్ఞానంతో ఎప్పుడు నడుచుకుంటున్నాం, భగవద్గీత జ్ఞానం వచ్చినప్పుడు తెలుస్తుంది, ఇదంతా పూర్వజన్మతో ఇదే నన్ను అనుభవిస్తున్నది, ఇప్పుడుది ఏమి కాదు. అంత భగవంతుని పైన ఎప్పుడేస్తామో అది అకర్మ అవుతుంది. అప్పుడు నాకు పుణ్యఫలము పాపం ఫలము ఏమీ రాదు. ఎప్పుడు నా రిజల్ట్స్ జీరో ఉంటుంది, యావది ఉండదు. అప్పుడే ముక్తికి మార్గము. కొంచెం పుణ్యం ఫలం ఉంటేనో నెక్స్ట్ జన్మ తీసుకుంటాను, పాప ఫలం ఉంటేనో నెక్స్ట్ జన్మ.
ఇప్పుడు మనం చేసేదాన్ని బట్టి కూడా మన నెక్స్ట్ లైఫ్ ఆధారపడి ఉంటుంది.
ఖచ్చితంగా. సో ఎప్పటి వరకు కృష్ణ చైతన్యంలో వచ్చేలేదో అప్పటి వరకు మనకు నెక్స్ట్ జన్మ ఉంటుంది.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ గురుజీ.
ఎస్ మాతాజీ, హరే కృష్ణ. ఓకే, గీతా మాతాజీ.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಎಸ್ ಮಾತಾಜಿ.
ಗುರುಜಿ ಈಗ ಹೇಳಿದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ನಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಹಳೆ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಫಲವಾಗಿ ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಆ ಹಳೆ ಕರ್ಮಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಳಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ವಾ? ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾರ್ಗ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಭಕ್ತಿ ಮಾರ್ಗ. ಭಕ್ತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬೆಂಕಿ ಇದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಪೂರ್ವಜನ್ಮ ಕರ್ಮಗಳನ್ನ ಸುಟ್ಟಾಕುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಅಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ, ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ, ಬೀಜ, ಕೂಟ ಎಂತ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೂ ಸರಿನೇ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸುಟ್ಟು ಭಸ್ಮ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಭಕ್ತಿಯ ತೀವ್ರತೆ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವಲಂಬಿತವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನನ್ನ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ದಿವಸಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾಲೆ ಜಪ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಕ್ಯಾಶುಯಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನೋ ಮಾಲೆ ತಿರುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ, ಇಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದು ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಲೈಟರ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಒಂದು ಚುಟ್ಟು ಸ್ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ ನನ್ನ ಭಕ್ತಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಜನ್ಮ ಕೋಟ್ಯಾಂತರ ಜನ್ಮಗಳಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಪಾಪಗಳನ್ನ ಸುಡಕ್ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗ ತೀವ್ರತೆಯಿಂದ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಯಾವ್ದೋ ತರ ಸದಾ ಉರಿತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ರೀತಿ ನಾನು ಸದಾ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗ್ತಾ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸಹಸ್ರಾರು ಜನ್ಮಗಳ ಪಾಪ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸುಟ್ಟೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ನನ್ನನ್ನ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲದರಿಂದನೂ ವಿಮುಕ್ತ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಭಕ್ತಿ.
ನಾವು ಭಕ್ತಿ ಮಾರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ,
ಭಕ್ತಿ ಇಸ್ ದ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸೋರ್ಸ್, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್. ಬೇರೆ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯ ಪುನರಂ ಏನೋ ಇದೆ,
ಪುನರಪಿ ಜನನಂ
ಪುನರಪಿ ಮರಣಂ ಜಠರೇಶು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಜನನ ಮರಣ ಇದನ್ನು ಹೊರತುಪಡಿಸಿ ಬೇರೆ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಪುಣ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅವಾಗ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ಪುಣ್ಯದಿಂದ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಹಂಕಾರದಿಂದ ಕೆಟ್ಟದ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೆಟ್ಟದ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾಪ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ಅವಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸಾವಿರ ಕೋಟ್ಯಾಂತರ ಜನ್ಮಗಳು ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ಸಾಕ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನಾನು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಕ್ತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಮಾರ್ಗ ಕಂಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಳೆ ಕರ್ಮಗಳನ್ನ, ಪಾಪ ಫಲಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ತೊಳಿಬಹುದು.
ಎಸ್ ಖಂಡಿತ. ಒಂದು ಜನ್ಮ ಸಾಕು, ಅದ್ರ ತೀವ್ರತೆ ಬೇಕು. ಲೈಟ್ ಹೆಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸುಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ದೀಪದ ತರ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಜ್ವಾಲಾಮುಖಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಕ್ತಿ. ಆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಜನ್ಮ ಸಾಕು. ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೋಟ್ಯಾಂತರ ಜನ್ಮಗಳ ಪಾಪ ಆದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಕ್ತಿಯಾಗಿ ವೈಕುಂಠ ಧಾಮನ ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಮಾಡೋದು ಒಂದೇ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಆ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ತೀವ್ರತೆ ನಮಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ,
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಗುರುಜಿ. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. So sorry to all, because questions are in Kannada, I'm answering Kannada itself, and when it's in Telugu, I'll answer in Telugu so that they can understand me. ಆಯ್ತು ಪ್ರಭು, ನಿಮ್ದಿನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಒಂದೇ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ.
ಎಸ್ ಎಸ್ ಎಸ್.
ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ ಬೇರೆ ಭಕ್ತಾದಿಗಳು ಸಂಸಾರದ ಸಹೋದರ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ. ಒಬ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮಾತಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಲ್ದೇ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ತನ್ನ ಡಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಾವಧಾನವಾಗಿ ವಿಷಯ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ದೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅದೇ ತರಹ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡಬಹುದಾ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇಡ? ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಐ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಸೇಮ್ ಮೋಡ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್?
ದೇಶ ಕಾಲ ಪಾತ್ರ ಸಮಯ ಸಂದರ್ಭಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕಂಗೆ ನಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲೂ ಒಂದೇ ರೀತಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ, ನೀವು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೋ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ ಕಪಾಳಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಹೊಡಿತಾರೆ, ಮಾಡ್ದೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ನೀವು ತಪ್ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನ್ ತಪ್ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ ತಂದೆ ನೀವು ಹೊಡಿಯಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ?
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅಪ್ಪ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ,
ಹಾಗಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡು ನೀವ್ ತಪ್ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊಡೆದ್ರು, ಏನಂತೀರಿ? ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಹೊಡಿತೀರಿ.
ಹೌದು,
ಕಾರ್ಯ ಒಂದೇ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು. ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ದೇಶ ಕಾಲ ಪಾತ್ರ, ಯಾವ ಸಮಯ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ನಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬೇಕು, ಬುದ್ಧಿಶಕ್ತಿ ಬೇಕು. ಆವಾಗ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಸಂದರ್ಭಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಬುದ್ಧಿಶಕ್ತಿನೂ ಕೃಷ್ಣನಿಂದನೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸರ್ವಸ್ಯ ಚಾಹಂ ಹೃದಯ ಸನ್ನಿವಿಷ್ಟೋ ಮತ್ತ ಸ್ಮೃತಿ ಜ್ಞಾನಂ ಅಪೌನಂಶ. ನಮಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಶಕ್ತಿ, ಮರುವು, ಜ್ಞಾನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೃಷ್ಣನಿಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಸಂದರ್ಭಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸಹ ಕೃಷ್ಣನಿಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಹೊಡೆದಾಗ ಆತನ ಹೊಡಿಯಲ್ಲ, ತಂದೆನ ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಮ್ ಇಡೀ ಜನ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದಾಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಆಚೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನೋ ಒಂದ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಏನಿಲ್ದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ ಕೈಯಾರೆ ನಾವು ಹಾಳು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ. ಯಾಕೆ? ಸಮಯ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡೇ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನ ನಾವೇ ಹಾಳು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಂಗ.
ಬಹಳ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್, ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿ ಸರ್. ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಗುರುಗಳೇ.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು, ಅದು ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಕಾರ್ದು, ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮೊಳಗೆ ದೇವ್ರಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ವೈಕುಂಠಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಾನ ಅವಾಗ್ಲೇ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಅದು
ಕಾರ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬೇಕು. ನಾನ್ ಕಾರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ದೇಹ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಈ ದೇಹನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಐ ಶುಡ್ ನೋ ಹೌ ಟು ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಮೈ ಬಾಡಿ. As I'm sitting in a car, I know how to utilize, because my destination is now, for example, Vrindavan or Delhi or somewhere. I'm sitting here, I should see this is my road, I have to go in this. Oh, petrol is getting over, I have to fill the petrol. There is no maintenance, so I have to put some oil for this. In this way, I have to maintain the car and utilize my car to go to Vrindavan. I hope you understood. The same way, as a soul sitting within this body, I should feed this body also. What are the needs of this body has to be taken care. It has to be given a proper clothing. It has to be given a healthy food for it, so that when this body is in a conditioned way, I can utilize this body better to reach my destination. Clear? This is called jnana, knowledge. If you don't utilize in a proper way, if you don't know how to steer the car, definitely there's an accident, no? Or it's what's the use in sitting in a car? For example, you go to a train and sit in a train which is not moving. In that way, some or the other, we are misusing the body. One utilizing in a wrong way, or not at all utilizing it in that way. Artha aita mataji? I hope you understood. Yes. Okay, Hare Krishna. Yes, thank you for all. I hope no other questions here. I thank each and every devotee who have being Sunday, you have come and attended this. So taken the austerity to wake up in the morning on the leave day and taking it. Definitely you will be benefited. Krishna is seeing everything. It's not me, it's Krishna who is witnessing everything, as we saw in this today's chapter. He is witnessing each and every action of us. And he will reciprocate in the same way. As much as austerity pain we take to achieve Krishna, so much near he comes us, he will reciprocate in the same way. Okay, so on behalf of Krishna, I'll thank each and every devotee who have participated in today's session. So let us chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra and wind. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you to all. Now I'll give the option to unmute yourself. You can unmute and say once Hare Krishna and leave the session.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mehta.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Leelavati
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Sudha Mataji, Nandaraj
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yushraj
Hare
Prabhu,
Krishna,
Vinod Prabhu, Kishore Prabhu, Arun Kumar Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Sudha Mataji, Hare Krishna. Kavita
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mahalakshmi Mataji, Hare Krishna. Shishidharaya Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Yes, Netra Mataji, Hare Krishna. Lavanya Mataji, Hare Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna to all. Pramod Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Chandrasekhar Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Pramod Prabhu, Raju Prabhu. Hare Krishna to all. Thank you for joining the session. We'll continue chapter 14 tomorrow.